On the program right now, Julie Gunlock of the Independent Women's Forum. Julie, how are you this afternoon?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm excellent. I'm sorry that I can't see you today, and it's not lunchtime. It's weird. I'm not even hungry, and I don't even know how I can do this interview. Normally, I'm starving, and we talk food. I do have to let you know, however, we have new bacon seeds. They arrived today.
This is exciting. Oh, my gosh. Congratulations.
I know. Thank you. I'm very, very excited about it. We got 3 American guinea hogs, and we have one that is a Tamworth Berkshire mix. Apparently, the dad was 800 pounds, Julie, so I'm a little freaked out. That's a lot of bacon.
Oh, my God. He could eat you. Be careful.
He could. Hopefully, he won't. We're going to eat him long before he gets big enough to eat us.
Very good. Very good.
And I'm sure somewhere a nanny stater is shaking a tiny little fist in rage. Bacon! I thought we banned that. Yeah, but nope, you haven't. Meanwhile, however, at the 10th annual Clinton Global Initiative, which is taking place this week in New York, the New York Times reports that the 3 largest soda companies, Coke, Pepsi, and the Dr. Pepper Snapple Group, have pledged to cut the number of sugary drink calories that Americans consume by 1/5 over the next decade through a combination of marketing, distribution, and packaging.
Yeah. Yeah, they are. And look, you can kind of roll your eyes at this kind of stuff, but this is good. And part of the reason they're doing this is because soda sales are plummeting, and what's increasing, I mean, no one tell Mike Bloomberg that people are on their own choosing not to drink sodas, but and what's increasing is the sale of water and other healthier drinks. So they kind of understand the market forces and that consumers are demanding healthier drinks and lower calorie drinks and also more options. So this is all good news. And, also, just a couple of months ago, there's an organization called the Healthy Weight Commitment Foundation. A number of, all the big food companies and something like 300 and some food companies signed this pledge that they would reduce calories. They reduced calories by 6 trillion calories in the market. So these are things like, the processed foods and other convenience foods and frozen foods and those kinds of things that you see in the marketplace. Food manufacturers have actually worked to take calories out. So they're making things healthier, whole grain, reducing calories, taking out unnecessary ingredients and preservatives. I mean, these are all great things for the consumer. And the thing is the reason they're doing that is they understand that healthy food is the market that's growing the fastest. So we have all these nannies out there and all these regulators out there saying, oh, gosh, we have to pass all these laws. Look, the food industry is already doing it. So this should be a real clue to politicians and regulators, and it should be a clue to the American public that these things are unnecessary.
All right, now, devil's advocate here, Julie. I'm gonna quote Marion Nestle, a professor of nutrition and public health at New York University, and the New York Times describes her as a prolific writer about food issues.
Yes.
She says while the soda companies are making this pledge, they're totally dug in, fighting soda tax initiatives in places like Berkeley and San Francisco that have exactly the same goal. In every possible way, they've tried to undermine public health efforts to get people to drink less soda. So to me, this is completely meaningless.
How dare these companies fight initiatives that will raise the prices of their products? I mean, what is wrong with these business owners? I've written about Marion Nestle before, and she once criticized Campbell's Soup for sort of scrapping this plan to lower the sodium in all of their canned soups because Campbell's Soup sales just plummeted because they didn't taste as good. So what Campbell's did is they sort of returned the old recipes, the old canned foods to the normal salt amount, and then they kept going their low salt line. So people had a choice. She couldn't stand it. She went bananas, and she actually made the point how dare they do this? I mean, look, Campbell's Soup they have lots of employees. They have lots of people who work for them all over the country. Is Marion Nestle suggesting that when the sales tank, that these people should just like wave their pink slip and say, hooray, I did this for the health of the country? I mean, they have a responsibility to their employees, and they have a responsibility to keep their sales high. This basic misunderstanding of how the economy works and how jobs work and basic economics is really frustrating. But again, they're food nannies. They don't need to know how the economy works. They don't care if people lose their job. All they care about is passing these tyrannical laws that take away people's choices and freedoms.
All right. Talking with Julie Gunlock of the Independent Women's Forum. Now, we've got, actually, the more I read this New York Times story, Julie, the more foodies are angry about this. Kelly Brownell, an expert on obesity and dean of the Sanford School of Public Policy at Duke University, says, I suspect they're promising what's going to happen anyway. All the trends are showing decreased consumption of high-calorie beverages, and so what better way to get a public relations boost than to promise to do what's happening anyway?
Yeah.
At this point, I mean, Julie, if you do something that the obesity the advocates want you to do, and you still get grief for it, at this point they really just want these companies to close shop, right? They just want them to shut down. Sorry.
That is exactly right, and you nailed it. This is why they do this. They have no interest in public health or in the health of kids or people. They want to put these companies out of business, and that means the hundreds of thousands, the millions of people around the nation that work for these companies. I mean, think about Pepsi and Coca-Cola and Kraft and General Mills and all these major American companies that put food in the stores at a cheap price. They want those workers to be out of business. They want them to be unemployed, and it is horrific, the kinds of things that they suggest. And also, this really hits consumers like me who are on a strict food budget. It really hits us in the pocketbook. If you're going to put in regulations that are these taxes, which, by the way, research shows these taxes on soda and food do nothing to improve the obesity situation in this country. So if you put taxes on things for, just to try to discourage people, which it doesn't, that is just raising prices for people for no reason at all. So people need to understand that when these food nannies say that they care about people, they don't. They want to put these businesses out of work, or they want to put these businesses down, and that means a huge amount of unemployment in this country.
All right, Julie. I got another story for you. You ready for this one?
Yeah.
No, listen. I'm glad that you're passionate about this. You should be passionate about this, but it speaks to, I think, again, this the real agenda here, which is to not reduce the number of calories in soda or reduce the portion size. It comes down to control. It comes down to the idea that you, Julie, you don't know what's best for you. You're not capable of making decisions that are good for your family. And again, this may not be coming from government regulation, but what it is coming from is a lot of public pressure from things like the Clinton Global Initiative and all of the public health groups that are pushing towards this. Bill Clinton was quoted in the New York Times as saying that, quote, if everyone drank an 8-ounce glass of water right before every meal, it dramatically cut caloric intake, and without hunger pains, it's a simple strategy, but it works for me. So, just be like Bill, drink water. And if we don't make those decisions, Julie, then we have to have those decisions made for us.
Absolutely. Let's call a spade a spade. A lot of the reason that a lot of these state and local and city politicians are putting forth these soda taxes is revenue raisers, because so many democratically controlled cities are bankrupt, and so they toss on some sort of soda tax and say, oh, it's for anti-obesity efforts, and it's really for to build playgrounds and walking paths. That's a lot of baloney. It is to pay for more social programs that are already in the black. So it's really frustrating to me to see these politicians trot out these soda taxes as some sort of solution, when we really know they're just trying to raise more money to spend on their preferred social programs.
All right. Now, Julie, I've got another story here. And I've been going back and forth as to whether or not I'm going to talk about this with you, but this is bizarre. We talk about food, we talk about schools, talk about school lunches. We've talked about the new school lunch regulations that prohibit parents in a lot of cases from bringing in treats to the classroom, right?
Right.
Okay. So the website Downtrend has a story of a mom who wanted to bake some cookies for her daughter's second grade class and was told that she could not serve the cookies. Julie, they were cookies that were decorated to look like...
I know.
You know where I'm going with it. You've
do.
seen this story, right?
I heard about
Colorful
this.
women's private parts.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, and she
Who
said...
on earth thinks it's a good idea to bring in cookies genital cookies to your daughter's second grade class?
She told the teacher, God, people are crazy. She told the teacher that this would be a great opportunity to teach the kids the parts of the body. I mean, can you imagine? I mean, what a wackadoo. I mean, that is totally inappropriate. Of course, the teacher apparently was very calm and said, this is inappropriate and I'm not going to use these cookies. And the woman proceeded to scream at the teacher about how she should have pride in her private parts, and she did this in front of the children and made a big spectacle of herself. So, yes, that is a very interesting story to come out of. What state was that in?
You know, I'm not sure what state it was in. It's
oh boy,
just bizarre. And then she sent an email to the teacher afterwards, apparently saying, quote, "We should celebrate the vagina, not be embarrassed by it. So I will be taking or trying to take my child out of your class due to your cliche role in life in being a teacher and not wanting to empower women. I hope you end up with an abusive husband that beats on you every night."
Oh.
She actually told the teacher this, apparently.
Charming.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right?
Well, first of all, never hesitate to bring up these kinds of stories with me because they are awesome.
That's just...
Yeah.
I now, I suppose, see a hypothetical reason why we should ban parents from bringing in homemade treats to our kids' classrooms.
Well, I have to tell you, I wonder how this woman would feel if a dad brought in penis cookies. Now, I suspect there would be outrage from this woman, but maybe not. Maybe she really does, sort of believe we should celebrate all sorts of, or maybe boob cookies. That's a great idea, boob cookies. I wonder how she'd feel about that. Sorry, I'm probably going to get, cut off the line here pretty soon. I'm getting a little... Yeah, I should stop with the anatomy cookie talk.
It's just bizarre to me. I mean, second grade. This is second grade.
Yeah.
This was second grade, Julie.
Right, I know. Can you imagine the birthday cake that little girl gets, her little daughter? Can you imagine?
Oh, God.
Wow.
I don't even want... No, I don't. I cannot imagine. I don't even want to think about it. But I think that they sell the cake mold at Spencer's Gifts. I'm pretty sure.
Spencer's, yes, absolutely. I'm sure they do.
All right, Julie. Well, thank you so much for being a part of this program.
Well, thanks for lightening it up a little bit. I got a little heated when we were talking about the food nannies, but good to kind of have a nice light ending there.
Yeah. Nice light ending. All right, Julie. Thanks so much. We'll see you next week.
All right. Talk to you soon. Bye.